Okay, so this is a part of a new series I will be doing along with, um, sorry, so this is the beginning of my What If series, and I will also be, doing another series, I can't remember the name of it right now, it'll come to me, you'll see it in another video I do either today or tomorrow. I don't know if this will actually work, and this is just my opinion, for each series. So first is What If, and I will be going over games, that what if they came out, or what if they did this, or what if, you know. So firstly is Marvel vs. Capcom 4. And I know they're not doing so hot. So let's pretend that Capcom hasn't done total bullshit with DLC confusing with disc locked content and then changing it to downloadable content through mid-process and charging people way too much for it. But beyond that, so let's pretend they haven't done that bullshit in the last 2 or 3 years. And I wrote down all the rosters from Marvel vs. Capcom series, and I added my own. So, just as an example. Um, so yeah, get ready. I'm just gonna go through the list as fast as I can. So, and it's, Marvel, Capcom, Marvel, Capcom. I guess we'll just go through each list first. So we'll start with Marvel. Angel, Blackheart, Cable, Captain America, Colossus, Cyclops, Doctor Doom, Gambit, Hulk, Iceman, Iron Man, Juggernaut, Magneto, Marrow, Omega Red, Psylocke, Rogue, Sabretooth, Sentinel, Shumagorath, I believe that's a Marvel one, Silver Samurai, Spider-Man, Spiral, Storm, Thanos, Venom, War Machine, Doctor Strange, Ghost Rider, Hawkeye, Iron Fist, Nova, Rocket Raccoon, what the fuck? Um, no, what the fuck is not a character? I wish it were. Deadpool, X-23, Thor, Taskmaster, Super Skrull, Phoenix, Dormammu, MODOK, Onslaught, Red Hulk, Iron Patriot, Rhino, Beast, Wolverine, Adamantium Claws, Wolverine, Bone Claws, Havoc, Cannonball, Blob, and Hobgoblin. So I added several of those, just for a what if scenario, like what would be, great characters to add to the roster in a Marvel vs. Capcom game, and what I thought would make sense, especially since they're popular. Rhino is supposed to be in the next Amazing Spider-Man movie, which I'm kind of looking forward to. I don't like who they chose to play him, though. It seemed like a really stupid choice, but whatever. I believe it's supposed to be Paul Giamatti. Like, what the fuck? Really? Fucking really? Out of all the people you could have chosen. Anyway, um, I think I said Iron Patriot. Next we'll go over the Capcom side. Again, most of these are already from the older rosters, and some that I just decided to add. Morgan, Ainsland, Akuma, Amingo, Anakaris, BB Hood, Cammy, Captain Commando, Charlie, Chun-Li, Dan Hibiki, Dulcim, Felicia, Guile, Hayato, Jill Valentine, Jin Saotome. I know how to pronounce that, but I can't do it right now. Crimson Viper, M. Bison, Mega Man, Proto Man, Roll, Ruby Heart, Ryu, Sakura, Surbot, Sansan, Strider, Firebrand, Frank West, Nemesis T-Type, Phoenix Wright, Strider. Oh, I think I already put that twice. So I'll have to add another character later to that list, but we can, figure that out later. My bad. Virgil, Zero, Lilith, Samanosuke, Beautiful Joe, Mike Hager, Trish, Ken Masters, Amaterasu, Chris Redfield, Dante, Mega Man X, Sagat, whatever. Zangief, Leon Kennedy, Claire Redfield, El Fuerte, Tronbon, Rufus, and Arthur. So I'll have to add one more Capcom character, which I can't think of any right now. I looked through like all of the Capcom games just to think of characters. Like, holy shit, they could add this, like, from franchises they don't even make anymore. Seriously, Capcom, what the fuck? Um, Like they had a lot of freaking shit back in the day, and I haven't played a lot of those games, and I just looked through a lot of the lists. So I added like two or three characters from Street Fighter 4. I never played that game, but and I know Rufus. No one gives a shit about that fat ass, but um, when I put Blob on the Marvel list, I thought, huh, another fat ass. How about someone from the Capcom line? And I was like, Rufus, that really creepy, weird ass dude from Street Fighter 4 that I heard about. So I was like, okay, that works. Blob, Rufus, yeah. And then Havoc, I thought El Fuerte. And, for the two Wolverines, I thought, why not the two characters that haven't been featured from Resident Evil yet? Leon and Claire from Resident Evil 2. And they can have their alternate costumes, like Jill can have her costume from 1 and 3, and Leon can have his costume from 2 and 4. Um, or no, Claire's from just 2. What am I thinking? I was thinking of Jill. I meant Claire would be just from 2. I think that, and maybe I think she was in a new Resident Evil, Revelations, right? I think maybe that was Jill again. I don't remember. I haven't played Revelations yet, so I have no idea what's the story with that game. When I heard there was a console release, I opted to wait for that, especially with dual analog and better visuals overall. I mean, I'm not a huge graphics person, but you know. So that was my roster. Again, I missed one Capcom character, but think of whoever that I didn't put on this list. I think I put everyone on there except for like uh, I guess we could put the character from Dead Rising 2, maybe. I don't know, because they already had the character from the first Dead Rising, which is weird. Why did they even put that character in the Marvel vs. Capcom series? They only made like two. Okay, they made like 3 or 4 games if you count the DLC and the expansions and everything. But still, and I mean, it's just Dead Rising 1 and 2 and a couple of DLC packs and a game based off of a DLC pack. Um, they really should have continued Dead Rising. I think they should have made a third one, and they should kind of make it into a series, like a real series, like Resident Evil. But whatever. I'm not Capcom. I can't. I'm not gonna friggin' constantly run the DLC bandwagon. But yeah, other things I would probably add just in general to Marvel vs. Capcom 4. Probably better online in general. I remember playing Marvel vs. Capcom 3 before the Ultimate Edition. The online was shit. I can't lie. It was horrible. It took forever just to get into a freaking match. Maybe they improved it in the Ultimate, but it's highly doubtful. Um, what I would like is a whole bunch of different modes, like from the Street Fighter games, and like other fighting games, King of Fighters. And I've heard Mortal Kombat had a great online component and great DLC and everything. They really need, if if Capcom is to succeed, if they ever do make a Marvel vs. Capcom 4, they need to look at the competition. Seriously. Like, because if you're gonna, I know people say recognition and they'll buy it, but Capcom's been in this shithole for a while now. Actually, thinking about that, let's add Asura to the Capcom list. Why not? I mean, that game came out, what, last year, year before? Uh, there we go. And that's freaking awesome. Him versus... Where did I put it? Okay, Nova. Okay, I don't know who the hell Nova is, but... Oh, Nova. That actually kind of works. That's kind of weird. Convenience. Anyway, yeah. Tell me what your thoughts are on if there was. What if Marvel vs. Capcom 4 did exist or was actually going to come out say 2014, 2015. Um, and what do you think if they actually had somehow were able to balance all of these characters? Because that's like, I think I added like 10 characters at least. Let's see, Iron Patriot, Rhino Beast, Cannonball, Blob, Hobgoblin. Um, I think you added Onslaught from the first Marvel vs. Capcom game or an X-Men game or something. Uh, I was looking at the list again. I think I added Angel and maybe Cable. I'm not sure, but I mean, I added at least 6 characters for the Marvel side, and I think I added more for the Capcom side. Again, I added. Let me see. I added Proto Man. I added Mega Man X, Mega Man. I'm not sure if he was in the original, or the earlier games or not. I added Nemesis again from the second game. Um, let's see. I think I added Sagat, and I added Leon and Claire from Resident Evil 2, along with El Fuerte and Rufus. So, I mean, that's like 60 something characters, maybe 70 characters for a final roster. And I'm reminding you, this is the company that couldn't balance 38 characters in the original Marvel vs. Capcom 3. But if they actually dedicated a good year and a half to 2 years for this, maybe using like a similar engine to like I don't know, one of their newer games. I think their last game was like a Resident Evil game, so that wouldn't really work. But you know, if they had a setup engine and they tweaked it a bit and started working on it, like say in April or May, and they set it out for release in like October of 2014 or December of 2014, I think it would probably, you know, actually be decent, and they would probably make a profit. And, you know, no DLC bullshit, or maybe just make like the last 6 characters DLC, or you have to get it at release date. It'll cost you like $2 or $5. I mean, that's the only way I can see them getting back to the top, the way they used to be back in like the late 90s up until the mid 2000s, you know, up until 2005, 2006. But yeah, this has been What If Marvel vs. Capcom 4.